Okay, project for today. We're going to try to put a new air filter on the 332. Got this one here that needs to be changed, but it's kind of a unique design. Not a huge fan of it. You can't really see the element to even see how dirty it is. And I think Deere wants $65 just for that filter. I was able to buy that whole other air filter housing with new air filters for $45, and that one I can change the elements as a primary and a secondary filter, so I think that's going to be a more feasible option for replacing this. I think the goal is going to be to maybe try to put in there something like that. But to get that to go on, I'm probably going to have to heat that hose up a little bit. So I'm going to pause the video here in just a second. We'll take this inside of the house and try to heat that up. Gonna a little bit of grease to this, so when I get that reheated back up, hopefully that'll aid in that hose sliding on. So this is the spot I'd like to mount the filter, but without making a bracket to support the end of the housing, there's nothing keeping it from falling down and coming in contact with the radiator fan when it's running. So I kind of messed with it here just a little bit, trying to figure out what I wanted to do, and I ended up just moving it, kind of diagonal across the engine. I've got a couple other projects that are higher priority, so maybe when I get caught up, I'll come back and I'll build a bracket to actually hold into that filter housing a little better and put it back in the original location. Alright, I think I'm just going to try to locate this. Found the orientation it's at. Came with this little bracket here. I'm just going to screw it into the valve cover. It's supposed to be bolted on each side. There's nothing but the other side, so I'm just going to try to zip tie to hold this little clamp together. It's actually kind of positioned. It's sitting kind of behind this radiator hose, but there's I guess an engine lift bracket on the other side it's up against. So it should stay pretty good right where it's at. So there's how I got the zip tie running. I'll take you to the other side here. Just kind of see, I'm just mainly using that zip tie as a clamp to hold that plastic bracket together. It's in there pretty good. We'll see if it fails. I'll update the video later. I would like to maybe come with a little better mounting system for it, but without dumping a bunch of time and fabricating the bracket, I think I'm going to call this good enough for now. One thing I also have to do is right here is a spot for like an air restriction indicator. That's just 1/8 inch pipe thread. I'm not going to put an indicator on it, so I need to get me an 1/8 inch pipe cap just to put on there to block that off. So for the time being, I'm just going to add me a little cap over this until I can get to the hardware store and get me a plug or cap.